Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Global Happenings Today YouTube channel. As the PEPT trial is gradually coming to a close, for PDP, they may likely be concluding it today. For APM, they have opened and closed their case as at yesterday. Peter Obi may likely be having a strong one today that LP is fighting for. For Enugu State, remember there's this issue that has to do with Mba and the issue of NYSC, where Mba had prayed the courts a week ago to throw away that issue of NYSC matter, of which the court said no way, that it gives them till today to appear in court to either defend or dismiss it. So to a great extent, Labour Party is hopeful for Enugu. This one is Enugu. Okay, but we'll give you updates on that as soon as the court hearing begins in Enugu and how it plays out. Probably going to be a summary on that. But right now, many Nigerians are wondering what's the way forward. For PDP, they will conclude their case today, but Peter Obi and Labour Party, many Nigerians are wondering, okay, what have we achieved thus far? Well, Peter Obi and Labour Party, which are the petitioners, have 5 prayers to the Court of Appeal. Remember, PEPT is actually within the Court of Appeal, so we are still on course. Now, all of them have been expressed in the petition and canvassed in written arguments, back and forth. All the updates we've been given, at least if you follow, you understand that some of them have been written, some also via witness. Well, with the petitioner's case currently ongoing, they have called up witnesses and tendered inec certified true copies. CTCs means certified true copies. There have been forensic and even expert evidences on that, and even inec staffs to back up their claims and support the grounds for their prayers. A lot of people believe that there will be more witnesses, and I think there will be, because they have about 100 witnesses and they're yet to call up to 20. So yes, there will be more witnesses, probably even a star witness is coming up. Okay, but now to make matters interesting, there will be more witnesses, including a star witness, before the close of their case, which is going to be on Friday this week. Please keep it date with us to give you updates on that. All the prayers will be determined in the final judgment. Okay, which is what you see. You keep saying Bola Ahmed Tinubu, INEC, and Shetima, APC lawyers keep saying in their final issue, in their final briefs and all that. Now what are these prayers really? And that Peter Obi Labour Party is looking out for, which is about 5. One has to do with eligibility. Now that it be determined that they want to determine that at the time of the presidential elections, second and third respondent, which is Tinubu and Shetima, were unqualified to contest. So the back and forth argument you've been saying, the written argument and all that, this is one of their prayers. That B, all the voters recorded to Tinubu were wasted due to qualification and or disqualification of Tinubu and Shetima, which APM tried to conclude as at yesterday when they opened and closed the case on that matter. They came in with their evidences. We'll try and get you update on that very quickly as well. Then C, on the basis of the remaining votes after discountenancing Tinubu and Shetima, Obi scored majority of the lawful votes cast in 2/3 of the state, and the FCT therefore met the requirement to be declared winner. Then 2, the 25% in Abuja. The one I mentioned, ABC, is actually on eligibility. They had 5 prayers. One has to do with the fact that Tinubu does not qualify based on one or two things, which I've read the first time. The second one has to do with the votes, and also the fact that if they discontinent Tinubu, then the other votes should go to Peter Obi, to third and FCT. Now, the second one is 25% in Abuja. Now, that it be determined that Tinubu failed to score 25% in FCT, hence ought not to have been declared the winner. Then 3, in alternate, a fresh election. And I perceive strongly in my heart, I may be wrong, okay, we can discuss this in our comment section. I perceive strongly in my heart that if worse will come to worse, the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the now President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, may be looking out for a rerun. And for a rerun, remember a lot of people have been seats have been removed, many people have been brought in appointments. So, hey, some of them too also want to keep the appointment if Tinubu wins. So, I'm suspecting that this fresh election, which is probably going to be a rerun, is what we're looking out for. If eventually Nigerians insist, or depends on how Nigerians react to the judgment, it may just pass. But let's see how it goes out anyway. Now, an alternative fresh election now order the cancellation of the election and order INEC to conduct a fresh one that Tinubu and Shettima shall not participate in. You see, this particular prayer is a strong one, which I strongly doubt Bola Tinubu will allow. But let's say it plays out. Those are the prayers, one of the prayers that Labour Party and Peter Obi are asking the court to look into. Now, 4, alternatively, that they get elected by majority of lawful vote cast, that it may be determined that that Tinubu was not duly elected by a majority, therefore his declaration as winner is unlawful, unconstitutional, and of no effect. Then B, based on the valid vote cast, Obi scored the highest number of votes in 2/3 of the state and FCT and ought to be declared winner. Then C, an order directing INEC to issue certificate of return to Obi as duly elected president be issued. Now, in further alternative to 1 to 4 above, the 5th one is to just void. Now, in that void, we're looking at the presidential election conducted on February 25th, 2023 is void on the grounds that it was not conducted in accordance to the Electoral Act 2022 and the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, or order the cancellation of the presidential election and order INEC to conduct fresh presidential election. And now this is in summary all the prayers. All this back and forth, I object, I renounce, pass, admissibility, all those English all boils down to this 5. There's a lot of, some of us may not understand why sometimes you see INEC lawyers and APC lawyers objecting some certain document, because some of those documents, if you look at it based on BVAS and what INEC announced, the total document announced, the total numbers in BVAS, voters registration in BVAS, and the one announced by INEC, there's disparity. Like for Benue, for Plateau, there's disparity. So sometimes when they say they want to tender it, CTC for that matter, or certified true copy, you see INEC lawyers objecting to it, and people are like, why are you objecting CTC certified true copy from INEC? Why should you be objecting your own document? That's because there's a bit of disparity. And if you do not know that there's a disparity, you're wondering what's so special about the voters card. Those are the disparities. And if they go through those exhibits 1, 2, 3, and the way, depending on how they had labeled it, you will now understand. So now if you look at it may take a while, but if you look at those exhibits and begin to collate them, then we have a situation in our hands. And it's happening not just in Labour Party, it also happening with PDP as well. So there may likely be a rerun. And if there's a rerun, personal opinion, I feel that Bola Tinubu has strategically placed his people in some certain place already in case there is a rerun. But whatever the case is, let's keep our fingers crossed. Don't forget to keep a date with us again. 2 p.m. today, we give you a live update and also what happened in Enugu today as well.